Good morning. This is Rich Nelson with Allendale with a quick special update for this special day. Today's April 9th, and this represents the supply-demand update. Keep in mind, of course, these numbers are only old crop. USDA will not be putting any numbers on their balance sheet there yet for new crop until the May supply-demand report. As far as corn, we certainly saw a big surprise here today with USDA sharply increasing exports by 125 million bushels. No other changes were made to the balance sheet numbers, and therefore ending stocks, what's left over as of August 30th, were lowered. They were previously looking at 1.456 billion bushels left over. Now they've reduced that to 1.331. So certainly a sharp revision lower in corn. That was certainly much lower than what the trade average guess was of 1.403 billion bushels. So a big change, USDA representing the exports, and certainly the market is reacting as far as this goes. On the world side, as far as corn goes, USDA left Argentina unchanged as far as their corn crop there, 24 million tons. They did, however, raise the Brazil corn crop from 70 to 72 million tons. So as far as corn as a whole, certainly a very sharp revision lower in terms of ending stocks, and the market has a lot of reason to move higher for the very short term. Now, as far as the soybean side, USDA did manage their ending stock numbers, like we said before here. The trade was expecting a slight decline from 145 million bushels down to about 139. Allendale themselves were looking for like 135. So the biggest news as far as soybeans, USDA did go ahead and increase exports. They raised them sharply by a good 50 million bushels. So they satisfied everybody's hopes as far as this goes. They did offset that, though, a little bit by increasing imports. In fact, they increased them by a sharp 30 million bushels. And they also lowered domestic crush by about 5 million bushels. So as a whole, the move down from 145 million bushels to 135, certainly bullish, maybe not as exciting as the corn side of things. On the world numbers that USDA released today, they left Argentina's soybean crop unchanged at 54 million tons. And as far as Brazil goes, they lowered it by 1 million ton to now 87.5. Probably a little bit left to reduce this number for Brazil in the coming months. Most of the trade is around 86. So certainly as far as soybeans, it was a supportive report, not as exciting as corn, though. On the wheat side of things here, USDA did increase ending stocks, and that was expected here. They raised them from 558 million bushels to 583 million bushels. Keep in mind on that recent grain stocks report, that count of actual physical stocks as of March 1, they learned that the third quarter usage was a little less than expected here. Therefore, they went ahead and reflected it on today's numbers. As far as the numbers themselves on wheat, they lowered domestic usage by about 30 million bushels, and they also lowered imports by about 5 million bushels. So as a whole, the wheat numbers were not as exciting here. As far as the world side on the wheat, not a whole lot of changes to speak of there beyond the numbers here for the U.S. changes here. So as a whole, a supportive report. It looks like the corn was the benefactor of most of the support. Soybeans, a little slightly positive report as a whole. If you have any questions about this report itself, the numbers, markets, how to market in this environment, feel free to give us a call here at Allendale, 1-800-262-7538.